Yo, 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 yo. Welcome, everyone. How's it going? Hope everyone's good. We've got 20 people tuning in already, so let's see who's here. If you're just tuning in, drop a comment. Let's see who's here, guys. I'll go through the news in a second. Yeah, I'll go through the news in a second, guys, and then we'll get this started. Let me just turn that down a little bit more. Nice one. Sound. And yeah, so I hope everyone's good. Like I say, if you're just tuning in, guys, let's drop a comment. Mark, how's it going? Phil, welcome, bro. Ollie, Oliver, welcome, man. Natalie, Nata's here. Yeah, Natalie's here. Natalie's always here. Phil, back again. Lots of news today. Yeah, we are. I'll break the news down now. Let me just get the filter on for everyone. Only one trade for me so far today. One trade, one win. If we head over to my top one account, you can see that I've made around $400 today. Not too bad. But like I say, we've still got the rest of the day. Don't want to rush into anything because of the high impact news, which I'll go over in a second. But you can see we've literally got news in 30 minutes. We've got high impact news in 30 minutes. So if the market sets up in, 10 to 15 minutes, I'll execute. But if it doesn't, I'm just going to let the news pass and then I'll execute after the news. We've got some JPY news, which actually has come out now. It were unplanned. It could have been at any time. But it came out at literally like, 3 minutes to 4 in the morning last night. So, yeah. Get the news out the way. Like I say, if I get a trade, I will execute it. But let's have a look what I'm seeing. Let's have a look what we're seeing. So we have created actually now a little bit of a level here on gold. You can see on this is on the 5 minute, but you can see on the 15 as well that we've got a little bit of structure here. It's not super clear. It is clearer on the 5, but it's not super clear on the 15 and 30 yet. So I'm not actually going to place that level. But what I am going to say is that the targets are a lot better right now. Look at the targets that I've got above. If you go on, this is the 15-minute time frame. Look at the targets I've got above. Look at the targets I've got below. I've got clear targets. Like I mentioned to the members in the community, I took a buy from here. And we took longs. That's where I got my win from down here, okay? When I take out all these targets to the left here, okay? 1 second. Let me just start this really quickly. Yeah, so let me just remove all this as well. So let me just replay, it'll be easier. Sound. So on this price action here, I got long here after breaking above this level of resistance, okay? And my targets were all the way up here. I had targets here at 33.08, and I had targets here at 33.05, okay? And this is fine because I've got targets to trade into above. Okay, so I took a long from this next candle, and look what price does. It goes and smashes all them targets. Okay, and the reason I can long here, and the reason I can long on this breakout here and take them wins to the upside is because I've got targets. I've got highs to trade into. Can you see? Highs to trade into, highs to trade into. Okay, but what have I not got now? After buying and taking a win into these highs, I've not got any targets to trade into. There's no highs for me to target. So I simply need to wait for a pullback and I need to wait for a new range. If I just get out of this replay mode now, what price has done? Look what price has done. Price has created, has given me that pullback. So it's given me a nice pullback. What did I say before? What does that pullback do? That pullback gives me targets above. And that pullback gives me targets below. Now look at that. So anybody going long up here on gold after taking all these targets have taken a big loss. Look at the pullback. Look at that. 210 tick pullback after them initial longs that I caught. Okay. So like I always say, gold will always pull back and range after a significant move to the upside or to the downside. So what will I be looking for now? Well, I just need to find a range. And the range that I'm actually looking for now is probably something like so. Why would this be my range? Well, if you just look on the 15, you can see that I've got some resistance here to the left, a little bit of support here. Not super clear yet until more price action develops, but for buys, it looks really nice above this level at 33.08, look. Support and resistance here. So that's probably something that I'm going to be watching for now until something develops further, okay? Yo, Charlie, welcome, bro. What's up? Yeah, how's it going, mate? Cash, what do you think of the hourly on NAS? I'll have a look at NAS in a minute. Cash, no problem there. Yeah, I'll have a look in a minute. NAS, welcome. Ashton, how's it going? Yeah, welcome, guys. Welcome. This is what I'm watching on gold, then. Gold. It's in a much better position than it was. Look, up here, no trading for me until it pulls back, because that pullback will give me targets. This pullback has now given me targets above and below, which I didn't have before. Okay? But yeah, this is the analysis on Nasdaq. So, yeah. Good stuff. And yeah, we've taken one... This week in the community has been very, very, very good. Okay, green every single day, and it's good to see that we're taking these trades in the community, in the chats. In London session, we caught the trade. Yesterday in US session, we all caught the trade. Okay, that's what you want to see. Learning the plan, executing the plan, and seeing that green overall. You know, if I just come off here, this balance is like $7,000 now for the week, or for the month, which is really good. That's just sticking to the plan, you know. You need to understand that you're not going to get something in 1 month. You're not going to get something in 2 to 3 weeks. You need to stick at it long term. Okay, you need to stick at it. Give it 3, 4, 5 months of learning. Okay, you're not going to get something in a day. Sorry, guys, one sec. Wait until after news. Yeah, probably news will give the move. Andy, welcome, bro. Welcome. Good to see you, mate. So, yeah, that's gold. Let's have a look at Nasdaq. Let's have a look at NAS. Hourly on NAS. What do you think of the hourly on NAS? Cash, yeah, I'm not looking to do anything here on Nasdaq, bro. There's no targets to the downside. Yeah, there's literally no targets to the downside. Yeah. There's nothing here on Nasdaq. The only thing I would really look on Nasdaq is buys back above here. I wouldn't be looking to sell NAS. There's just no targets. Possibly some targets here, but I haven't got a level to sell below. Can you see how I have got a level? I've got a level to sell into, but I haven't got a level to sell below. So on buys for Nasdaq, if I get back above this range at 23,647, then I'll be looking to buy, because I've got that range to buy above. What I'd like to see on NAS is a bit of support form like this, and then I've got a range then. Then I can trade this range. But there's no support, there's no trade for me just yet. Alright? One sec, guys. Let me just get these comments back up. Yeah, if anyone's got any questions, feel free. But Nasdaq's a waiting game. If anything, it's just gold for me. Coming into the news in 25 minutes. We'll see. We'll see. How many contracts? I've only been trading these accounts this month because at the start of the month, at the start of July, I took like 4 payouts on Top Step. So after taking them payouts on Top Step, I said to myself, I'm going to focus on these instant accounts. And I've only been trading like 2 to 3 contracts, really. I'd say on average 2 to 3 contracts per trade. And yeah, it's just consistent gains. That's all that you need to do with instant accounts. Guys, if someone puts exclamation mark, top 1 in, you'll be able to get an instant account. 55% off with JTC code. Okay. That's the account I'm trading here. But yeah, I'd say about 2 to 3 contracts, and it's just consistent gains, mate, across the 3 accounts. Like I say, these 2 are up like 4,000 each. This one's a little bit above. But like I say, with the instance, it's just key to trade them consistently. And that's all I've been doing. You know, 3 contracts, $400. You know, it's like not too bad. Actually, this was all, the trade that I caught here was only 2 contracts. So it wasn't bad. Yeah, top one there, guys. It's just been the Nightbot has just put it in the channel. If you want an instant funded account, there's 55% off all accounts at top one. Use the code JTC, you'll get 55% off. Three normal contracts. Yeah, just the GC chart. Just this GC chart here. This is the minis. This is the minis chart. The MGC is the micros. Okay. But yeah, this is what I'm watching on gold. Simple as this. Simple as this. If anyone's got any questions, feel free to get a question in the comments. Nice one, mate. I've only been using 2 contracts now, going up to mine 3, halfway there on the 150. Nice. So you're like 4.5k up, Naz. That's it. Like I say, I say this to the community members, and I'll say this to anybody. If you're trading instant accounts, don't look to try and get paid out in like 5 trading days. Number 1, you need to trade 10 trading days anyway. And number 2, you've got the consistency score. Try and make the profit target. You know, imagine this. If you're trading a 150k account, a 150k instant account, and you get to that 6% profit target in, say, 1 month, you've made 3.5k profit in payouts. So in 1 month, on 1 account, you're making 3.5k. Just for being disciplined to the rules, and just for taking it slowly. Okay? Simple as that. You know, just being disciplined, taking it slowly, not trying to rush it. 3.5k on 1 account. Like, come on, that's very good. For 6% gain, 3.5k payout. And imagine if you do link 3 accounts. It's 3.5k times 3. No, I don't put the analysis on futures. So I will just analyze this chart like this and look at my futures chart. It's blank. Yeah, my futures chart is always blank. I'll put, like, if I take a win or if I take a trade, look at this. Like, I'll keep this on, but I can just delete this now. This was the trade that we took the other day. This was the trade that I took yesterday. And yeah, this was a winner. How many ticks? This was like 40, about 30 to 40 ticks in total, but it pushed like 50 ticks. Yeah. And the win this morning was here. This was the trade I took this morning. Look at that. What a push. What a trade. Beautiful. Yeah, you can up, like I say, you've got like a 4.8k buffer there. So you've got a 4.8k buffer and you need to make, what is it? Like 4.2k. So you're at that mark now, Naz, where it's like a 50-50. You know, you need to just risk well and get over the line. How long have you been trading that account for, Naz? That 150k? What's the difference between 1-step, 2-step, and instant? A 1-step is where you can pass the challenge in 1 go. A 2-step is where you've got 2 like evaluation stages, and an instant is where you skip all that. And you go straight to the funded account. No, I use the minis chart on these 150Ks. I use the GC chart here. Yeah, GC chart. Because I'm using like 3 contracts. I don't want to be using 30. I don't want to be using 30 micros. But yeah, that was a beautiful trade. Look, broke above the range, had the wick fill, continued higher. Look at the push. Beautiful trade. That's just a textbook breakout. Simple as that. Textbook breakout. Like I say, textbook breakout here. Textbook breakout here that I took yesterday. Where was the other one? Here. Textbook breakout. So it's just been very nice, very clean recently. Cheers for the likes, guys. I appreciate it. Like I say, if you're new to the channel, drop a subscribe, drop a like, say hi, put notifications on, and you won't miss a live. Would you say it's worth using the GC chart on a 100k account? Yeah, like 1 to 2 contracts, you can still take a partial on the 2 contracts on micros, on minis, sorry. We've got news in 19 minutes, okay? This is the news for the day. A big chunk of news here, guys. The market will move. The market will move. So, it could be good. It could be good for a good breakout trade here. You buffer, how much do you need to get another payout? Yeah, so it's 6%, 5%, 4%, that's right. So the first payout is at 6%. You will leave a buffer in because you can take 3.5k payout. And then you can make 5%, take 3.5k, make 4%, take 3.5k. And then after that, you go onto a live account. So if you, literally, with top one, if you make 15%, you go live. And let's say that you've got 10k in your account. That's a live account. The move to live with top one's very good. 1 month now, yeah, that's good. You know, if you get over the line in 2 months, you know, you need to think about it. If you're trading 2 accounts and it takes you 2 months to hit 6%, you've made 7k in 2 months. 7k in 2 months? That's the funds to start a personal account. You know what I mean? Starting a personal account with that. Caught the exact same trade as you in the morning. Harry, good stuff, bro. Good stuff. Yeah, it was nice. It was just a wick fill trade. It was literally just a wick fill after the breakout. Broke above this level here. Resistance, broke above. And then I just targeted wick fill, took partials, and then I got out at like 30, 40 ticks. So it was literally that move there. 45 tick move. Yeah, textbook. Just a textbook, simple breakout trade. That's as simple as trading needs to be, though. You know, that one trade and be done. It's as simple as it needs to be. With the profits, I'm going to buy 2 more. Yeah, nice. Good stuff, man. That's it. You know, if you can make 6%, you know, if you can make 6% in 2 months, you need to be disciplined, of course. Just sticking to the strategy, 6%. You've got 7k payout. 7k payout. Just making 6%. $900 for the day. Good stuff, Harry, man. Good stuff. Do you just, do you trade top step or top one, Harry? Guys, if you want a top one account, there you go. There's the link. 55% off all top one accounts. The link's just been put in now by Nightbot. Use code JTC. Get yourself 55%. Whilst it's on. Top step at the moment, bro. Nice. What you trading? Are you trading linked expresses or linked combines, or are you taking a couple of combines? What's the crack? Let's have a look at this. Remove drawings. Yeah, I don't even analyze this chart. I just execute on here. Yeah, just execute on here. And the reason I execute on this is because when I trade personal account, which, you know, when I trade personal last year, I traded this chart. It doesn't make sense to me to go and trade this chart when my personal account is on this chart. So I'd rather just execute everything off this chart and then just manage on different accounts. Would you go for the 100k, 50k? I use 150s. I use 150ks, look. I've got 350ks here. But, like I say, it depends on how much you want to spend. Like, these are like £300 each right now. 300. I got them a little bit more, like £350 each when they had like 40% off. But yeah, these are like £300 each now. So if I get rid of these and get a payout with these, I'll just get 3 more at the discounted price. But if you want to get a 50k, get a 50k. It's sound. It's still the same. You still need 6% for a payout, regardless of the size. Come on, Joel, let's get it. Give us a trade. Yeah, let's see. We've got news in 15 minutes. I've already taken a win today, $400 profit. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm always open to another trade. You know, I've only taken 1 trade today. I take, you know, 2-3 trades per day sometimes. So if I see a couple of trades on the session, I'll execute them on here. And like I say, this is only for educational purposes only. Whatever I take is for me to take only. Two linked combines at the moment. Blue and Express last month. Oh, good, bro. Use it as a lesson, Harry. Like I say, if you blow an Express account and you say to yourself, oh, I wasn't patient enough, or I was entering off plan, well, you know that you can get to the Express stage, and if you can get to the Express stage and carry on trading your plan, you can get to the payout stage. So it's just about doing it for the right, you know, learning from it, moving on, and going again. That's all I did for like 3 years. You know, I've been trading like 7 years now, but for like 3 to 4 years, I just kept pushing through, losing, winning a little, losing more, and then it gets more consistent. Yeah, so, Horn, I'm using this chart to do my analysis, the XAU USD Oanda chart to do my analysis, and I'm executing on this chart for now, okay? So yeah, I'm just using this to I'm using this to do all my analysis on, and then this chart is where I'm going to do the execution. Yo, Zulu, can you break down the chart? Yeah, I'll break it down now. That's it, man. Back to journaling properly, Harry. Good stuff. I've started using TradeZeller. I've got some trades to add into it, but I've only just started recently using TradeZeller. Sorry, guys, I was just turning my computer down. Can you break down? Yeah, I'll break it down now. So the trade that I took this morning, was this breakout here. Okay. So I had a range for buys above here. Okay. And it broke above. It didn't close as a liquidity grab. And I had these targets to trade into up here. And I also had wick fill targets here. Okay. So because I had 2 targets to trade into, and I had a clean break above my range, I took buys on the next candle flip. Stop losses were on the level, looking for the play higher. And look at that. 1 candle took my first target, and I took profits basically at like 40 ticks. So I took all my profits up here, and you can see $400 profit. I was only trading 2 contracts, and I took partials here. I took the rest of it just above that high too. So in one 15-minute candle, I was in and out. Basic breakout trade, impulse entry breakout trade. If you're in the community, you'll understand this is an impulse entry in the playbook that I teach. And this has played out 4 times in this week, and every single one has won. Touch wood. So yeah, four impulse entries I've taken this week, 4 wins. So that was the trade. That was the impulse entry long this morning, which was very, very clean. Okay. Let's put these chart levels back on. But yeah, very simple stuff. It's as simple as trading needs to be. It doesn't need to be overcomplicated stuff. You know, I keep it simple as it needs to be. What chart is your execution on? Is it with the prop firm? Yes. So I execute on the prop firms that I use because I use different prop firms. I just analyze on one chart. So if I'm using a personal account and a prop firm account, my analysis is consistent to this chart. So when I go to execute, the candles are the same here. Look at the candles. They're exactly the same. There's no difference. So I can execute just fine on here. Is the news very high impact? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's you can see the news that we've got. Look at that. We've got CAD Red News GDP, but that's not even the one to worry about. It's unemployment claims and FOMC tomorrow. What is micro contracts? Micro contracts is basically a tenth of what a mini is. So one mini, every increment, every tick is $10. One micro, every price increment of one tick is $1. So if you use 10 micros, it's the same as one mini price increment. Okay? I personally use minis because I'm on a 150k account, but yeah. Micros is basically just a tenth of what a mini is. So if you want to use, like, instead of using, if you use one micro and you want to use half the micro, because you can't, you just use half of a mini, you just use 5 micros. Okay? Guys, can we drop a like on the video too? Smash 20 likes. Also, if you want to join the Discord community mentorship, sign up to the full course, private channels, everything that you need to learn the full strategy. The link is in there now. You can join the Discord community through my website. Let's see what news brings. Dave, news always brings the moves. Yeah, that'd be nice. Nice break to the downside. Take a sell into that double bottom. Beautiful. Yeah, a break to the downside would be nice. Break to the downside, sell off into this double bottom. Even if it's a break above, I'll take some buys. But the news will be that catalyst for the breakout. Instagram, yeah, there you go, bro. There's your Insta. There's the Insta. Also, if anyone's got any questions whilst we're waiting for this news, we've got 7 minutes till red news. Feel free to drop a question in the comments. Just having my lunch, thought I'd drop on and say hi. Nate, welcome, bro. Good to see you. Good to see you, bro. Welcome to the stream. Two trades, 2 wins for you today, yeah? In London session. That's what we like to see. Join the Discord, 100% worth it. Drop a like. Yeah, sound there. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for the feedback. Yeah, I'd like sells, to be fair. I do like sells. This double bottom looks really nice for sells. Let me quickly just update the members on this analysis. Right, there we go. Yeah, I don't mind this range. It's good support and resistance level up here. It's the best range that I can use for now. It makes sense. Three trades, insane, Nate. 3 trades, 3 wins. See, this is it. Two trades, 2 wins for me. Should have been bigger, but I keep closing out early. Just trust the management, mate. I used to do the same. You know, when I was in that stage of, you know, that break even where where you're going from like not profitable to profitable, in between, there's a point where you're taking trades to, you're taking money too early. Just trust the process and trust the plan for management. Okay? So with me, if I'm taking a trade, let's say I get a breakout here, and I'm looking to long into some highs up here, and that is like $300 to my management point, I'm just letting it run into that. I'm not trying to close halfway for $150. I'll take my profits and I'll manage at the management point. Just trust it as much as possible. And the longer you let your trades run, the easier it will become. Okay? That's why I'm not entering for the rest of the day. Lock myself out, mate. Nice, Nate. Good stuff, man. That's a big thing to do. A big thing to do. And, you know, take your 1 to 2 trades, take your profit, and move on to the next one. It's key. What do you think of Crew? I've never been to Crew. I've actually never been to Crew. I'm guessing that's where you're from, Owen. Crew meetup. Let's do a crew meetup. So we've got news in 3 minutes here. This will be interesting. Guys, get in the comments. Buys or sells for news? What do you think? Do you think it's going to go up? Or do you think it's going to go down on this red news? Look at this. 2 minutes until all this news comes out. It's going to be very, very interesting. I think price could push down. Has that been taken, that double bottom? Or is it left a double bottom? Yeah, it's left a double bottom. I think this double bottom can come and get taken. I think it could push down and take this, but it could do something like this. Come up, take some highs, and then push down. Oliver Dow. Oh, from Newport, Wales, but lived in Crewe one time. Nice, nice. Down, buys. We'll see, we'll see. Push up and down. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. Either push up or down. Push up and down and then just down. We'll see. Just going with that overall daily momentum. I could be very wrong. I don't trade news. But it could just fly. Is that a decent pullback as gold? See, so many biased traders. So many people who trade with biases will be like, I'm not trading gold. It's in daily consolidation. I'm not trading it. Well, you'd have sat on your hands since April. You'd have sat on your hands for 2 months. Not trading the consolidation. Not for me. Oh, yeah, I know it's Ollie. Yeah, I know it's Ollie, bro. Yeah, I know, bro. Let's... NFP tomorrow, so might leave some liquidity. Yeah, another thing. It loves... news loves to leave liquidity. It loves to set up a lot of retail traders. It needs liquidity for volume. And it needs orders to fill. So yeah, for sure. Let's see, though. Let's see. We've got 10 seconds here. Well, 15 seconds. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Three, 2, 1, boom. Pending. Let's see. See, if I can get a closure below this level, I'd be happy to take the sellers. What's the hourly doing? Did it take the highs? Nice. 30. Well, that's interesting. Samantha, yeah, welcome. How's it going, Samantha? Hello. Ollie, your name comes up. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. I can see everyone's name here. Yeah, it's done nothing. Best thing to see now is if it wants to break above this range. It's left some resistance here. So if it breaks above this level and closes above here, I can take buys. That's nice. That's very nice. Now it's taken some lows. If it can push and break above here, I'll take some buys. Okay. Bro, do you know Bangladesh? Yeah, I know Bangladesh. For sure. Good news for the US dollar, yeah. Delayed response. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Unemployment claims, yeah. Lower than forecast, but better, well, over the previous. Can go either way. There's not much of a move just yet on news. There's not much response yet. It's only a 40-tick candle range. I'm not really bothered about what the news, if it's bullish or bearish for the US dollar. It can do what it wants. I'm not attached to that. You know, if it's bearish for the US dollar, gold will push up. So for me, if this 15 can get back above this range now, I'm going to be looking for buys. Okay? Back above this level, I'm going to be looking for buys. And the range that I've got into them highs is like 50 ticks, which is perfect. And that's also the 4-hour wick fill. So everything's lining up for me to take some buys on the next 15-minute candle. If it can get above, you know, it's got 12 minutes. It needs to have some targets and it needs to get above the level. So yeah, closure here in 12 minutes, I'll take some buys. And yeah, I'm not going to risk full. I might even risk on another account. I'll probably just risk on this account that I haven't traded on. Because I've made $400 on this account. I don't really need to trade it again. Probably trade this account here. But like I say, it doesn't matter what it does for the next 12 minutes. It can range. It can chop about. If it closes below the range, I'll take sells. If it closes above, I'll take buys. I'm staying as open to both sides on this one. Okay. Decent range here, though. Decent range. And good targets as well, which is key. Samantha, what do you think? Yeah, this, like I said, I don't really look at the news too much. I don't trade fundamentals. I just stay out of red news. Why should I not buy? If it sets up to my strategy, I will execute buys. I don't care. I'm not influenced by other people's comments. You know, I need to trade my strategy long term and correctly to be profitable long term and be consistently profitable. If I don't execute trades because someone says don't do this, even though it's a valid trade, I'm not letting the probabilities play out. Yeah, I could lose, but I don't care because long term, you know, like the last 4 impulse entries I've taken have won. So my last 4 trades, I've won. It's key to just stick and let the probabilities play out, okay? Regardless of what people say. If it's a valid trade, I'm going to take it. If it's not valid, I won't take it. Yeah, it's influenced by the news, of course, but I'm not a news trader. I'm a technical trader. I trade technicals. My strategy, my profitable system is based off technical analysis. If I see a valid trade to the playbook, I'll take the trade. I don't look at news and go, oh, it's bullish for the dollar, I'm selling. Or it's bearish for the dollar, I'm buying. No. And that's what a lot of people are actually missing in trading. A lot of people are missing a plan and a playbook. They'll look at the chart and they'll go, oh, this looks good, I'm going to take it. Without any plan, any playbook. And then the next time they're looking for a trade, they're looking for something completely different. And the trades are just inconsistent. Okay? Having that plan and playbook, firstly, allows you to understand where you're going right, where you're going wrong. And it's something to stick to that you know is profitable. Okay? What's a playbook? A playbook is basically just the strategy in simple terms. So I've got a strategy that I trade, which I teach. In that strategy, I've got a playbook of what I look for. I've got an impulse entry, a confirmation entry, and I have a half risk entry. Them 3 entries make up my playbook. Okay, and the playbook is basically just a step-by-step process of what I look for. So if I don't see this, I look for this. If I don't see this, I look for this. If I see this, I take this, okay? We are also, yes, day trading. Yeah, exactly. Just trying to get little intraday trades into targets, yeah. No need to apologize, bro. No need to apologize. All good. Like I say, if you've got a question or if you've got something that you want to look at, or if you've got an opinion on the market, it's fine. Put your question in, put your opinion in, and we'll chat about it. But it's a good lesson. It's a good lesson for anybody. You know, if you've got a strategy and a plan, and someone's there saying, "Oh, don't do this because of this," but it's to your strategy and it's profitable to your playbook, it's like you're stupid not to. Fake. What do you mean, Samantha? What are you talking about? Yeah, 15-minute here at 6 minutes till the closure. That'd be nice. Any more trades today, mate, or is it just going to be what we took in the Discord? No, I've just taken the 1 entry long. Yeah, I've just taken 1 entry on gold. Shush, Samantha. Yeah, Samantha's gone. It's crazy because these people, you can see when they make their YouTube account, and they made the YouTube account like 13 minutes ago. So they've made it just to comment and chat rubbish. You get used to it. Don't worry, you get used to it. Yeah, just that 1 trade that I took this morning here. These longs at 3,300. Just the breakout. Just a simple breakout trade. Broke out here. Pushed higher. Josh. Class. You know you're doing well when people start talking. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you start seeing it more and more. I never like comment on other people's stuff. Never. Like, if I'm gonna comment something, I'll comment like a nice comment or something that'll help someone, not random comments. I don't make accounts, start comment on people's stuff. Like, so many people have got so much time on their hands, it's crazy. Just got back from the gym. What did I miss? Nothing. Nothing, mate. I'm waiting for this breakout in 4 minutes. If it gets back above this level, I'll look for some buys. Potential buys here, hopefully, yeah. If it gets above this, this level, it's just another breakout trade. Yeah, just another breakout trade here. So 3 minutes. If it breaks above, I'll be looking for buys. Yeah, this could be nice. How many ticks have I got into them? 50 ticks into there. That's nice. Some decent first targets too. Decent first targets here. Guys, give me 30 seconds. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Right, we're back. We're back. Potentially buys, nice. If a skilled trader takes time to show you their trade, appreciate the gesture. They can demonstrate their strategies and techniques, but they cannot show you dedication took to reach that level. Therefore, speak respectfully, listen carefully, and apply. Yeah, definitely. Vortex. I couldn't say it better myself, mate. I really couldn't say it better yourself. Like, come on here for 2 hours. 1.5, 2 hours a day. Just to trade live with everybody. You know, use it to your advantage. You know, ask questions. And, you know, if you want to learn, ask questions and you'll pick something up for free value. But yeah, I appreciate that, Vortex, mate. Good messages. Yeah, well said. Yeah, so basically, I'm just going to be looking to target, and I've got a minute till the closure here. I'm just going to be looking to target really this structure up here. So it's just like a range breakout and then entry into these highs or into this level. Harry, you took anything today, Joe? Yeah, I took a little breakout entry here, bro. Just a breakout of this range. Can you see? This range, breakout, and then I just took it into this wick fill. Nothing, like literally just breakout. There was targets up here at this level, and there was wick fill targets. So like 20 ticks into first targets, then 40 ticks into the other targets. About $400 on that trade. Just that one entry for me, mate. It's been a patience week though. It's been a big patience week. What's the... It's a 30 took. Yeah, 30. I'm just going to wait for the 30. 30 closes bullish. I can still take the 30. You took the same trade but got caught break even when it took the prior candle low. Very upsetting. Did you go break even at the wick fill? That's not... If you got taken out after going break even at the wick fill, that's just unlucky, mate. I mean, you can't really do much about it. I had my stop loss at break even too, but it didn't take me out. It actually kept me in. But if you followed your rules and it took you at break even to where your entry is, it's not bad management, mate. It just is what it is. You know, like I put in that TikTok video today, are you going to let it affect you for the rest of the day, the rest of the week? Or are you just going to move on? You know, if you're one of them who affects it and start revenge trading, that's nothing to do with your plan, nothing to do with your strategy. It's to do with you, okay? Mm. 30-minute closure here could be nice. Yeah. How many, have we smashed 20 likes? Guys, drop a like on the video if you're just tuning in. And let's crush 20 likes. Appreciate it all. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. $30-minute closure here. I'm going to be looking for some buys into this structure mentioned here. Decent structure there to take out. Also, anybody got any questions? Feel free to drop a question in the comments at any time. Yeah, definitely. If I manage on the 30, if I take a trade on the 30-minute time frame, I'll just manage on the 32. If I get an entry here, for example, when it comes into that level, I'll manage on this 30 and go break even at that management point, that management area. So it'd be something like this. If, say, for example, I take a trade there, that'll be the entry, that'll be the management. Okay. Do I trade sessions highs and lows? No, I don't. I don't trade session highs and lows. I have my targets based off my, you know, levels and liquidity highs and lows in the market. I don't trade off based off session highs, session lows. Okay. It's just what I see at the time. Like I say, I like to trade what's in front of me. I don't like to be too influenced about other things like session highs and lows. I don't need to overcomplicate targets. There's no need to overcomplicate targets. Kind of a double top on the currency. Yeah, there is actually this level, but then you've also got highs up here. Yeah, you've also got highs up here at 33, 30. Yeah, them highs there are very clean to get taken to. Yeah. I'm watching this 15-minute though. I'm watching this 15. I'm going to see how it closes. Any live trade? Not yet on stream, but I've taken a trade today. I've taken some longs already. Made some profit. How do you adapt your strategy in changing market conditions? I adapt my strategy like... I adapt my strategy little by little, really. So, you know, if you go back like a year and a half ago, my strategy is not the same as it was. My strategy's gone more mechanical and more rule-based as time's gone on. And that's just because I find it easier to stick to. And it's more profitable for me. Okay, like I've adapted to different things like having recent breakouts. You know, if I have a breakout, it needs to be recent enough. You know, I've added little rules as time gone on. Different management points and stuff, yeah. But like I said, the strategy has been adapted when it needs to. But yeah, you always need to be adapting, for sure. But the best way to actually adapt is to just back test and forward test and pick up little things. Okay? Yeah, Nate, see you later, mate, in the Discord. All good, bro. Have a good rest of your day, mate. How much did I make today? $403. Up there, you can see $403. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. It was only on one account, so... This will be a decent... This will be a decent closure above. Oh. Yeah, this will be a decent closure above. Closure above this level would be decent. Hi, mate. Yeah, Paul, how's it going, bro? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, clean closes above here. I'd be happy to take some longs. It's basically just a level of structure. You can see it's reacting from here a little bit. Some say trading is a very lonely profession. Yes, I agree. That's why it's important to find good people. You know, find good people to follow. You know, like I say, you've got so many different live streams. You've got different communities you can join. It definitely helps. You know, if you're trading alone, it's not as easy. You know, you know, when you're trading on your own, it's a lot easier to, you know, to sway off and quit. You know, when you've got people around you and you've got a good community or you've got people to watch, it's a lot easier to follow. Well, go through with it and not give up. What biases do you still struggle with even after your experience? I don't really trade with a bias too much. I don't really look at the higher time frame too much. Because you can be too focused on the daily, the weekly, the 4 hourly even, and it can prevent you, you can be stuck on the chart and it can prevent you from actually taking trades, okay, because you're too focused on the higher time frame. I like to stick to the 15 and 30 ranges, you know, just like I'm showing here, and trading them 15 and 30-minute range breakouts. You know, if I'm trading the 15 and 30, I'm not really too bothered about what the 4 hourly and daily saying too much. Okay. Sometimes I'll use the daily as a target, you know, if there's like a daily wick fill. But other than that, there's no need for me to look too much into it. Because, you know, you can get too stuck on them timeframes and have too much bias in the market. For me personally, I like to trade without a bias and just let the market tell me with the breakouts. Who are people you look up to in trading for wisdom? I like Roger. Roger, like, who trades ranges too. He's a very good trader. He talks good sense. You know, he, like I say, who trades similar ranges like this, waiting for breakouts. Yeah, he's one of the main ones. He talks good sense. Will I be trading tomorrow with NFP? I'm not sure. I won't be trading past 12 o'clock UK time. I'll trade the London session with the members in the community, but other than that, I won't be live. I'll just let NFP play out and I'll be back Monday. NFP can be, you know, hard work. You know, it can be very choppy. That's why I only trade till like 11, 12 o'clock. $30 doesn't look like it's going to be closing bullish here. I'm going to see how this 15 closes. I'll see how the 15 closes and then, yeah. Retail, yeah, I did learn retail sort of strategies before it, like daily biases and stuff. But mainly I've always traded into like highs and lows in the market. So I've always, you know, even from day one, when I first started trading like 6, 7 years ago, I've always traded into highs and lows in the market. Yeah, so like I say, when I started trading like 15 and 30 minute ranges, it really did change. Would be good to... Oh, one sec. Last question for today. When do you not trade, even if a setup looks good? After I've taken like 2 to 3 trades in the day. If I take like 2 trades and I take like a loss and a win, that's me done. Yeah, that's me done. Yeah, so even if I see a great setup and I've taken like 2 trades, I'll just leave it. You know, if I'm up for the day... then yeah. I have an Instagram account with around 95k followers. We'll love to collab and live with you someday. Yeah, Muslim humor for sure, bro. Just drop us a message on Instagram if you want. Just put in !Instagram. And yeah, follow the Instagram. And then we can chat on there, mate. All good. Sounds good. Is the market closed tomorrow? No, it's not closed tomorrow. There's just big news. You can see the news tomorrow. I'll show you here. Unemployment rate and non-farm employment change, so NFP. Last Friday of the month. First Friday of the new month, sorry. Yeah, the link's there for the Instagram. Liquidity, supply and demand, yeah. Liquidity is just, you know, people look at liquidity differently. You know, people look at liquidity in terms of like highs and lows in the market. People think that liquidity needs filling supply and demand areas. You know, it is right. The market is all supply and demand. People just see it differently, okay? I like to use levels and breakouts of like a clear range. Half risk sells? Yeah, potentially. The only thing I don't like is the fact that we've got a level here. That's the only thing I don't really like. It could sell off, but I don't want to sell at a clear level. Can you see? It's just a level of structure in the way. Let me delete this. But yeah, half risk sells could be nice if it flips bearish. I'm personally waiting for the breakout. And then I'll look to trade into these clear ranges up here. Like, there's a lot of clear range up here. That's a nice double bottom too. And the thing that I like about the 4-hourly is that the 4-hourly is pushed down, rejected levels. It could push higher and take out some highs now. But I'll have to see. I'll have to see. But, like I say, is this valid? Of course it is. It is a valid trade. I just don't want to take a sell at a level. If this level weren't in the way, I'd be looking for sells too. I just don't like how it's coming into structure so early. Can you see how it's reacting from this structure as well? It's coming into the structure and reacting away. It's just not, it's not the cleanest. So I'll just wait for the breakout. I'll just wait for the breakout. Yeah, so like I say, if I were looking to take sells, I'd be in this trade. I'd be in this trade. But I just don't like the structure that's in the way. If it, when is your next YouTube video coming out? I'm not sure, mate. I might do another YouTube video soon. Like I said, I've just got a decent camera. I've got a decent camera for YouTube videos now, so I'll probably be shooting some YouTube videos soon. But yeah, I've just got one of them DJIs. Joey's trust is a friendly guy. Nice one, sound, Anton, bro. Appreciate you. Yes, if I were in this trade now, it's hard because I'd have to manage down here at like 40 ticks, which isn't too bad. Why is there no half risk there? Just because I didn't like the fact that we're coming into a level here. Can you see this level? I didn't want to sell at a level. So I'll probably just take full risk trades below this level for sells. Into this structure down here. Can you see this level? I'll just look for sells into that level. Yeah, but it's banging that. It's working out. Day in the life? Yeah, potentially. Potentially. No, not exactly day in the life. Just some like breakdowns, a little bit of education. You know, things that help me in the market. Things that might help other people. Just like little videos. Nothing crazy. I agree. He is friendly. Appreciate everyone. Yeah, appreciate you all. But yeah, that was the reason I didn't take the half risk trade. But if you did, it was valid. I mean, if you took the trade, it was valid. You know, you need to be managing as well here after, you know, 25 tick push. It's not a bad trade. I don't mind it. Combination of support and resistance. Roger, yeah, Roger is basically what taught me breakouts and rejections and levels and targets, really. Yeah. That is where I learnt breakouts, Roger. Yeah, so I use my targets are levels and highs and lows in the market. So if I, for example, break above here, let's say that I break above this range, which will just be a breakout of a level, I'll trade it into this level, then into this high. And it's the same to the downside. If I get a break below, I'll take it into some structure, so like a level like this. So it's basically just level to level. But mainly, the main part of the strategy is breakouts of ranges. So it's basically find a range in the market. Find a range in the market like this. And then just wait for a breakout. Once it breaks out, then I'll look to trade. Quite simple. I mean, you don't have to have it as levels either. You can just have it as like a sort of a zone like this. And then you can like use zones to the upside, but I think it looks cleaner like this. You caught it? Charlie, nice. Charlie, good stuff, man. Yeah, very, very clean. Very, very clean. Look at that. 20 tick stop loss. 32 tick TP. Beautiful. Obviously, you'd be break even taking partials, but you've taken a decent trade there. Roger. Not Roger. Day in the life would be great. Daily routine. Yeah, I might do one of them. I'm in England, so it's not the cleanest, it's not the best, but I mean, yeah, not bad. It wouldn't be bad, would it? You got a bit of that too. Nice. Nice. Caught 15 ticks there, jumped out, needed a, oh yeah, not a bad. If I was in the short, because this is a valid trade, the only reason I didn't take it is because it came into this level. Okay. It came into this level. That's the reason I didn't take it. I didn't want it to reverse on me. But if I did take this trade, I'd have managed down here. I'd have managed down here, to be fair. It's not a bad management point at like 30 ticks. And then let the rest run. Because you don't, like I say, it's in this range. I really don't know what it's going to do. I don't know where it's going to break out, but I'm going to be open for the breakout. I'm going to be open to the breakout. You didn't take it? No, no worries. I can't wait for the day me and you go on the yacht jaw. That'd be class, Anton. Soon, bro. Just keep working. Just keep working, man. So when a green and red comes up on the chart, that's your support and resistance. Not exactly. You can work it like that. You can work it like that. For example, you know, if you've got like a sort of resistance that forms like so, yeah, that can be your resistance. If you create a support like that, that can be your support. Most of the time that is the case. Most of the time it is the case where you create a support and resistance based off a green and red candle. Yeah. Yeah, waiting for the breakout. Me too. I'm waiting for the breakout of the range too. Get out of this range. I'd be happy. Happy to take some trades. Get out of this range. Like I said, I've already taken a win today. I've already taken a win, so I'm not in a rush to... I'm not in a rush to trade. So do you also manage mini ranges within your range? Like what's happened? No, I don't manage off. I don't like go onto the 5 minute and manage. You can see clearly that there's a level of resistance here. Can you see resistance, resistance, and price literally closed on that level. Okay. Price literally closed on that level. So, you know, because it broke below, it didn't break below that level, then yeah, that's the reason why I didn't take it. If it closed stronger below here, then yeah, I'd look for the sells. But I don't look at like the 5 minute and look for a level on the 5 minute and don't take a trade on the 15. No, you can see that this is a 15 minute range. Can you see? Resistance, resistance, resistance. Don't want to give my profits back this week. Nice, Phil. How much are you up for the week? How much are you up? If you, like I say, if you're up for the day, especially with this week being how big the news is, I mean, you're doing very well. I'm probably just going to wait for this 15-minute closure. See how the 15 closes, and then go from there. So if the 15 closes bullish, then I'll take some trades. I'm just going to nip to the toilet really quickly, and then I'll be back. Give us 2 minutes, and I'll be back. All right, we're back. We are back. 15. I need the 15 to close above here. If it closes on the level, then I can't take it. Don't want to give back my profits this week. About 600 on my 50k combines. Nice. Nice. Good stuff, man. I'm not trading any combines, to be fair, but I might start a couple more. I'm focusing on top one right now. Oh, just closed on it. What's the 30 closing like? Yeah, 30 could be nice. 30 could be nice. Range on NAS. Let's have a look at the NAS range. Oh, look at that. Ranging nicely. Let's have a look at the 30. Yeah, 30-minute range here on Nasdaq. I'd say something like so. Yeah, maybe even a little higher. Yeah, it's a decent range on Nasdaq now. Something like this. Breaks above there, I can look for buys. Breaks below here, I can look for sells down. But I'm focused on gold for now. I'm focused on gold on this next 15/30-minute entry. So what the plan is for me, I'm going to see how this 15 closes. I'm going to see how this 15 closes and then go from there. If this 15 closes bearish within the range, I'm just going to wait for the breakout. Like I said, I need the breakout of this range to trade. Yeah, so the only thing I'm really looking at here is how this 15 closes. If it closes above this level, I'm going to be looking for buys into this sort of level and structure. Sells below, down into like this area. Oh. Patience always pays. Super, super key. But we'll see. We'll see how it breaks out. Let's see which way it breaks out, and then I can go from there. Darren, how's it going, bro? Welcome. It has been a while. Good to see you. Good to see you, mate. Yeah, welcome. Welcome to the live. How have you been keeping, mate? I hope you've been keeping well. Catch you Monday, mate. Have a good weekend. You too, Harry, bro. You too. See you on Monday, mate. Are you done for the week now? Anyway, done for the week. Good stuff. It's been, guys, seriously, this week's been a patience week, and you know, if you can use anything, use this week as, you know, a lesson. You know, patience pays. It's paid all week. Patience has really paid all week. Oh, good. Thanks, pal. Yeah, nice. Good to see you, Darren. Yeah, not giving profits back tomorrow. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah, good discipline. Good discipline. Will just lock myself out. Yeah, nice. Good stuff. Good work. Oh. But yeah, that would be, you know, breaks back above 33 or 9 on this candle. Like I said, I'm not going to be taking any range trades here. Even though it could continue down into some of these lows, I don't really want to be trading inside the range. I want to see this break out. If it doesn't break out, I'm just going to set some alerts maybe and wait for the breakout. You know, wait for the breakout and then I'll look for longs into these highs or into this level. Nas breaking out. Not yet. Yeah, see how the 15 closes now. Slowly going. Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. Like I say, this is a strong range on gold. This is a strong range, and I don't really want to try and fight it. So I'm just gonna wait for the breakout and let it tell me which way it wants to break out. Oh, nice. Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah, so 8 minutes now. 8 minutes until this closure. Do I trade the ORB? No, I don't. I don't trade the ORB, the opening range breakout. I've seen a lot of people trade it, and I've not got anything against it. You know, it's literally just like finding a range like I do, and then trading into your targets. You know, trading into highs and lows. It's basically just the same. But I like to, you know, I like to find my own targets, and I like to find my own ranges. You know, the thing with the ORB, it's like a set range to the time, isn't it? I like to find my own ranges throughout the day. And I like price action, you know, to set up, find me a range, find me some targets, and then trade them. Da-da-da-da-da-da. So we've got 7 minutes here. 7 minutes for the closure. It'll be a 30 closure too, which is kind of good. 30 actually rejected off this little bit of support here too. This little bit of resistance acting as support. So I want to get back above that. Get back above it, I can take some longs. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Let's see. Hello, Joe. You good, mate? Yo, Josh, how's it going, bro? Good to see you in the live. Welcome. Yeah, I'm going to wait for this 15 closure. If the 15 can close strong, I'll take some buys. If not, then I'll just go and trade in the community. If anything sets up, like I say, I'll have a look. I'll probably get off if this 15 and 30 doesn't close strong enough. 6 minutes anyway, 6 minutes. But like I say, I've already taken a trade today. I've already taken a win. There's not, like I said, there's no need to over risk if you're up. Could be a great time for me to get home. Yeah, man. Yeah, mate. But like I say, if it doesn't close strong, that'll be me done for this session on YouTube. But we'll see, we'll see. Like I say, I'm not forcing anything. I'm not forcing anything within this range. You know, I'm up for the day. I've already taken one trade, already taken a win. But if it breaks out, I'll take it. If it doesn't, I'll just wait for the breakout. Simple as that. Looks good, but if it doesn't set up, simple as that. Doesn't look like it's going to set up. Half price sells maybe, but I don't really want to be trading within this range. You know, you need to get to a point. You need to get to a point. If you take a win, you need to get to a point where you're happy with that win and you don't want to be taking low probability trades. You know, half risk trades within the range are, you know, more risky because you could get chopped. So I'm happy to know, you know, take a win. If I hadn't taken a trade today, I would simply be open for half risk sells. But because I've already taken a win, I'm just sticking to that full risk buy and full risk sell up above and below the range. But like I said, I need a closure. If it doesn't close out here in 3 minutes, I'll head off and be back tomorrow. I'll then just set some alerts up here for a breakout. See how this 15 closes. Let's see, 2 minutes, and it's actually US Open, so we're gonna get like a little bit more volume potentially on this next 15-30 minute candle anyway. So if it actually gets, if I get a strong closure and then a nice bottom wick, I'll take some longs. How many wick ticks into them highs? Come on. Yeah, strongly. It's not going to close strong enough, I don't think. Especially with the volume that we're going to get in the US session open. I'd rather just wait for the volume to pass and, well, the volume to give direction and then I can trade. That half risk was nice, but it didn't really play out too much. It gave a decent break even and entry and then reverse. Come on, you 30. Doesn't want to give the closure. I'll have to see something special here for it to get above that. Patience, patience, patience. How are you going to take it? How are you going to be tested? Are you going to fall into the trap of taking invalid trades within here now? Or are you going to stay patient and wait for your trade? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay patient and wait for this breakout, okay, guys? So, I'm going to call it there. If anybody wants updated info on what I'm looking for now, I'm just basically waiting for a breakout above this recent resistance here, look. Recent resistance. If I get a closure above there, I'll look for buys. All right. But yeah, I'm gonna head off. Anybody in the community, I'll see you there. Okay. Anybody in the community, I'll see you there. And I'll be live on Monday now. I'm not gonna be trading NFP live, so yeah. See you on Monday, guys. Trade safe. Have a good day. And anyone in the community, I'll see you there now. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and yeah, that's me. Bye bye.